Hey, 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 and welcome to the Springs Radio Real Estate Show. I'm Cheryl Garlock with Colorado Front Range Properties, your host each and every week here. Hey, I want to welcome to the station in the studio here today my guest, Martin Burlingame with Burlingame Insurance. Martin, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. You know, everything is hot today on insurance, and we are going to be talking with Martin about some issues, of course, that are affecting us right now with all these fires that are going on. But first, I want to go ahead and talk to you just a stitch here about what's really happening in the real estate market, because I constantly get asked by people, hey, I want to pick up a really great deal, I want to buy a foreclosure, or maybe they've heard of those things called short sales, and I really want to bring you full circle as to really what's going on in the market with respect to that. We don't have them, not much. Of course we have them, we have some, but our numbers have greatly diminished here. So let me just sort of tell you, I took some information as far as what's happening across the country, and as a matter of fact, I just listened to ABC News on my way into the studio here today, and they were talking about how housing recovery is making a really strong back deal in the marketplace across the country as a whole. But the folks at Keeping Current Matters, they put together stats all the time here. They're talking about short sales across the country. The numbers are beginning to slide. They recently quoted Realty Track saying that the quarter Q1 2013 U.S. foreclosure and short sales report said that that properties not in foreclosure that sold as short sales in the first quarter accounted for an estimated 15% of all residential sales. Now that is across the country. In our area alone, the numbers have actually dropped to, really in Colorado Springs, I kid you not, to just under 8%.
That's almost nothing.
That is almost nothing. So the truth is there really are not, there's not a whole lot of that there. Now let me show you what else they told us. They told us that certain states have a higher market for short sales. Please listen to the names of those states. Connecticut, 42%. Massachusetts, 40%. Nevada, 29%. Florida, 26%. Ohio, 24%. I don't believe I heard Colorado.
I did not hear Colorado in there.
Absolutely. And the major markets, that would be the cities here that have the highest percentages of short sales. Boston at 38%. I'm a little surprised by that.
It's a third of the homes are short sales.
Absolutely. A third. No kidding. Now, this is where we were at. Actually, we were this way a year ago, actually higher than that. Cleveland, 33%. Memphis, 32%. Vegas, 32%. Detroit, 30%. And nowhere in nothing is named in Colorado.
We're at 8%? Is that what you said?
We're at less than 8%. I did the actual stats from the MLS myself there. And of course I have easy access to that data. So why are we having such a decrease in the short sales? Well, it's because, of course, the markets are being stunted with the growth of short sales by reducing incentive for underwater homeowners and lenders. It's just that many markets are appreciating on their own due to improvement in the local, state, and national economies. And that really, in fact, is what is happening here. We've got some pent-up demand here, so we're going to be talking a little bit about that. So, thinking about that pent-up demand, a lot of people are asking themselves, is now the right time to buy? I will tell you, there is not going to be a better time to buy for many, many years to come. You probably see that in your own business.
Interest rates are really low, and home prices aren't that high yet.
No, they aren't. In fact, as a matter of fact, the interest rates are actually starting to rise, as I will be talking about a little bit later here, and what that means in your monthly payment. But the cost of a home, Keeping Current Matters also does this little article about this. The cost of a home is determined by two major components. And most of us probably know this, but it's the price of the home and the current mortgage rate. And a lot of times it's the mortgage rate more than the price that affects the actual monthly expense on that home. Most people don't really understand that a 0.5% here or a 0.5% there can go ahead and really affect a major market shift in the mortgage rate. So at any rate, let's see. You know, if you wait for a long time to go ahead and buy a home, let's say you're going to go ahead and buy a $200,000 home in 2012 and you did a 20% down payment, which not everybody does, but some people do, that would be $40,000. In June of 2013, that price rose with appreciation to $220 because markets have gone up. That meant then a new down payment of $44,000 or $44,000. So a $4,000 increase, and it increased your monthly payment by almost $100 a month there. So waiting is never a good idea when it comes to thinking about buying a home. You want to take advantage of the market while the prices are low and not on a significant super rise, and while the interest rates are low. So stay tuned for more of the Springs Radio Real Estate Show, because when we return, Martin and I are going to be talking about what's going on in our region with respect to the fires and how to handle insurance claims with that. Stay